Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the training. I am super excited to be here today because I got something really cool to share with you guys. If you're tired of spending hours creating content that A, doesn't get any engagement, and B, is definitely not getting any clients for you, wouldn't it be great to know exactly what kind of content you need to be posting and a system to help you to create it faster and easier? So if you answered yes to any of those questions, then today I'm going to be sharing with you a content strategy that I use. Plus, I'm going to show you some brand new ChatGPT prompts that I've been working on that will literally help you to start creating an entire year's worth of client getting content in just a few hours. So if that sounds exciting, drop excited in the comments below and let me know you're excited, and let me know who's here. If you are joining us on Facebook, there is thanks, Simon. There is a link in the description of the post on Facebook where you can click it and I can actually see your name when you're commenting. So if you're watching us on Facebook, please click that link so I can see everybody that is joining the actual call. Also, if you're joining us live, please let us know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know where my audience is. So let us know where you're dialing in from. And again, click that link if you're on Facebook so I can see your name, okay? All right, so who is this training for? Well, this training is specifically for people that are using Facebook to get clients. Now, maybe you're a coach or a course creator, consultant, agency owner, or any other type of business really where your audience is active and they're consuming content on Facebook. And you know that you need to be posting content, but you feel like content creation has to be hard. And you're finding it really difficult to be consistent, and really you're not really seeing a lot of value from it. So maybe one week you're like crushing it, you're putting out a ton of content, and then the next week you're not doing anything. So it's really hard for you to stay consistent. Well, today I'm going to show you that I'm going to prove to you that content creation doesn't really need to be that hard. And if you have the right strategy and the right tools to create the content faster and easier, you can make it really easy on yourself. Or if you're somebody who is a coach and you're pretty consistent with your content, but it's just not translating into clients, then we're going to help you with that too. We're going to talk about how to find the right topics and what types of content that you need to be sharing to actually get clients from your content. And I'll share you the AI prompts that's going to help you to create all that content a lot faster, okay? So tell me what everybody here does. I'm very interested in what my audience does, what you guys do for a living. Are you coaches? Are you agency owners, course creators? What do you do? Drop that in the comments so I kind of know who I'm talking to before we jump in, okay? Now, let's get into it. So today I'm going to be sharing how to use AI prompts to craft a year's worth of client getting content in 5 hours or less without posting fluff, because I know a lot of you probably scramble last minute to post something. So you're posting fluff, or you're scrambling last minute to publish anything, okay? So here's today's agenda. So first I'm going to show you the number one mistake most people make when they're trying to turn their content into clients. Then I'm actually going to walk you through how I choose my content topics that my audience is hungry for, so I can get predictable results every time I post content. And then I'm going to actually share with you the content plan, and that's my 3 Facebook post content system that I use to book 19 calls and enroll 6 clients in a single week. And then finally, I'm going to open up ChatGPT and I'm going to show you the prompts that we're going to use to create an entire year's worth of client getting content in just a few hours, okay? And here's a little extra incentive for sticking around. If you stick around to the end, I'm going to show you how you can get access to these AI prompts that I'll be walking through on this training. So type deal in the comments if that sounds like a deal. All right, so we got people telling us who we are. We got a marketing service provider, not so much an agency, but close enough, fair enough, okay? We got a service provider, network marketer. Yeah, keep dropping those in there and let me know what you guys do. All right, so if we have not met yet, my name is Ron Medlin, but why should you care, okay? Well, let me tell you a little bit about my journey. So over the past 2 years, I've actually generated over $612,000 using my Facebook group, a content strategy we're going to dive into today, and my proven DM scripts that help me fill my calendar with sales calls every single week and enroll new clients into my program. Now, back in 2020, like a lot of you, life threw me a little curveball, and my yoga studio marketing agency collapsed because of COVID. A lot of my clients lost their businesses, and I had to really start from scratch again. So right after that, I actually ended up collecting unemployment for like 3 months, which is something new for me. So, and then I really didn't have any clue what I was going to do, what I was going to offer, how I was going to make money. And that was super stressful. But then I spent the next 9 months kind of figuring things out and figuring out what my offer was. And then during that 9 months, I had the privilege of working alongside some of the biggest names in the coaching business, including 2 Comma Club award winners like Marley Jacks, Steve Larson, the guys from FlowChat, Chris and Sean, and a guy named Chris Weiser, who's in the MSP business. And so I've been mentored also by some of the biggest names in the industry, like Rudy Maurer or more, Cole Gordon, Dan Henry, just to name a few of the people that I've invested in their coaching programs. So I've seen what works and I know what doesn't work. And from that, I've been able to create my own frameworks that now I teach to myself, or I use myself and I teach to my clients. So I don't say any of this stuff to brag, but all I want you to know is that the things that I'm going to be showing you today are coming from real world experiences and proven results. Okay. So then after that 9 months, I really started to dial in my offer and I started to implement some of the strategies we're going to talk about today. And within 7 months, I was able to consistently start generating 30K per month for my coaching and VA business. So once you figure out your offer and you go all in on a proven strategy, these types of results can happen really fast. So let's get into the number one mistake that most people make when they're trying to turn their content into clients. Okay. And that is not having a clear, easy to execute content strategy that's proven to get clients. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. I have been known to do that. Okay, there we go. All right, so the number one mistake most people are making when they're trying to turn content into clients is not having a clear and easy to execute content strategy that's proven to actually get clients. Now, it's not just about churning out content. It's not about, it's about creating content that's actually going to resonate with your audience. It's going to create engagement, and ultimately it's going to convert into clients. Now, before I found a content strategy that worked, I was really doing a lot of cold outreach. I was relying heavily on cold outreach. And it just felt kind of, for me, really awkward and inauthentic. And as more and more people came and started businesses online, I started to see the results really drop off dramatically. So I knew I had to change things up. And I knew the power of content to build trust and authority, but I was totally lost because I had no strategy. I didn't know what worked. I was wondering what I should post, how often I should post, where do I post? I was kind of banging my head against the wall trying to figure this thing out. But then I invested in a couple of different programs and I started to reverse engineer some of the coaches out there that I knew that were crushing it. And I started to do some of the things they were doing and I started to see some success. And so some of the posts that I tried started to work. And then little by little, I started to doing more of the posts that worked and eliminating the stuff that wasn't working. And then little by little, my engagement started going up. I started generating more leads, warm leads, started having better DM conversations that were easier to turn into booked calls. And I started enrolling people into my programs. So to me, the biggest game changer was really nailing down the right topics, and then that were totally aligned with my offer, and then getting rid of all the fluff, and then finding the right types of content to post that actually got results. Now, once I figured that part out, the next thing I focused on was how can I streamline the process to make creating the content fast and easy? Because if it wasn't easy and it wasn't fast, I knew I couldn't be consistent. So the first iteration of that part of my next level up was creating templates that allowed me to do that. And now with AI, we can take those templates, and I'm about to share you these prompts with you to make that content creation even faster. So if you don't have the right content strategy, that creates a lot of problems, and we've all dealt with these at one point or another. Okay. Tell me if any of these kind of sound familiar. Type a 1 if any of these resonate with you. Do you struggle to come up with content ideas? Drop a 1 in the chat if that's you. I'm interested if y'all struggle with coming up with content ideas. Next one. Do you know what types of content to actually post to get results? Do you know what to post? What kind of content that's actually going to get you clients? Let me know if that's you. Drop a 1. Do you know how often you should be posting and what time or when you should be posting? Drop a 1 if that's you. Okay. And then the last one. Do you ever feel like you're putting in a lot of effort, but you're not really getting the results out of it? Let me know if that's you. Drop a 1 in there. So I definitely can relate with all of these, because that's why I know that you deal with these things, because I've been through it and I'm still go through some of it. So I've struggled with all this stuff. And that's why I had to create a system so I could actually get this stuff done and I can get clients with my content. Okay. And so why does that matter? The understanding the problem is really just the first step. So, but why is it important to fix it now? And it is important to fix it now. Well, if you don't fix the issue, you're not just missing out on a bunch of potential clients, you're also wasting a lot of time and energy and mental bandwidth doing a lot of activities that are never going to get you results. And that can cause a lot of other issues. So it's not just about creating content. Content's one thing, one piece of the puzzle, but it's about the growth and sustainability of your business. So if your system that you're using right now isn't working, you're going to feel like you're spinning your wheels, and you're really wasting a lot of time on things that aren't bringing you clients. There's also an opportunity cost associated with that, because every hour that you spend on strategies that aren't working is time you could be investing in something that is working and getting you clients. Okay. And I know that a lot of you are working a lot harder than you actually need to pump out a ton of different content because some guru told you had to do that. But I promise you, it's a lot easier than you think it is. Okay. And all that overwork is going to ultimately, without any reward, is ultimately going to lead to burnout. Okay. So you're going to put all this effort in. If you're not getting any results on the back end of that, then you're going to burn out. And then ultimately that could lead to giving up on your dreams and having to get a 9-to-5 job, which most of you probably want to avoid, I'm guessing. Okay. All right. So let's fix that. Let's fix that today. Okay. So today I'm going to show you a way out, and it's actually a lot easier than you think it is. The key is finding a content strategy that works, that's actually in sync with your offer, and then leverages the kinds of posts that are proven to actually generate leads, appointments, and sales. So with the right content strategy, you can attract consistent clients so that you can have a stable income. That's going to give you some peace of mind. So a lot of you guys are stressed out because you're not getting the clients, you're not making the income that you need to survive and pay the bills. So when you start doing this and you start getting clients from your content, you're going to get peace of mind with a proven strategy. You can be confident that when you put content out there, there's a good chance that you're going to get clients from that content, or it's going to be have a part in getting clients. Okay. Then the more results you're going to get, the more wins you get, the more sales you make from your content, then that's going to reinforce the idea that this content works, and that self-doubt's going to disappear, and you can regain confidence in your content strategy. Then when you'll actually start to have fun again, you'll get rekindled passion, and you'll actually enjoy the thing that you're doing, as opposed to looking at it like it's just a job. Okay. All right. So now that you know that a content strategy is important, and I really want to beat that into your head, a content strategy that works is super important. Let's dive into my 3-step process for creating a year's worth of content in client getting content in just 5 days or 5 hours using ChatGPT. Okay. So let's go through this step by step. I'm going to take a little drink of water. So the first step is choosing the right topics. Now, when choosing topics, here's what you should focus on. First of all, is alignment with your offer. You need to make sure that every piece of content that you create ties back to your offer, so that you're never creating this fluff. Now, there's a argument to be said about creating like personal stuff, because people connect with that. But all the other stuff that you're posting outside of that should be aligned with your offer, or you're just going to start confusing people. Okay. So the next thing is audience resonance. You need to pick topics that resonate with your audience and capture their attention. And then engagement potential. So typically when you have audience resonance with your topics, you have a potential to create engagement with that stuff. Okay. With the right types of posts. So when you're choosing your topics, I want you to feel confident that you know that if you post something on this topic, you're going to get some engagement. Okay. And then the next thing is conversion focus. Every piece of content that you should be created to help you get clients. If you're tempted to create this fluff and post this fluff, do not do it. Just skip that day. It's better than just creating fluff. Trust me. So the next thing is relevance and timeliness. Stay updated on any industry trends that in your industry, and you ride those popular trends. For instance, AI. I know AI prompts are super exciting right now. And so this is a hot subject, and this is proven because this is probably one of my most successful promotions to this day. We got like, I don't know, 500 comments on our two-step post. So I know this topic is going to hit a button and it's going to interest people. Okay. So now let's show you how I go about choosing topics that I know my audience is hungry for so that I can get predictable results every time I post. Okay. Before we do anything else, you need to get clarity around exactly who you help and how you help them. So I suggest mapping out the steps of how you help your ideal customers go from where they are now, their current situation where they're unsatisfied and they're not getting what they want, all the way to where they are completely satisfied. They've reached their desired outcome and they're happy. Okay. So your process, your program, your service, your product or service becomes the thing that fills that gap. Okay. So there's certain steps that you have to take people through to fill that gap. So I highly recommend mapping that out. Here's my product roadmap. So you can see I've got 3 stages over here on the left-hand side, and then each stage has 3 steps. So that's a total of 9 steps, which is a structure I teach in my program. It gives a really easy to follow graphic so that your ideal customers can kind of see themselves moving through your process, which is to reach their ultimate goals. So your product roadmap or your process does not have to not have 9 steps. I don't want you to think you got to try to fit 9 steps into it. The most important thing is that you just outline your process, outline how you help people go from where they are now to where they want to be. Okay. So that's the most important thing. Now, once you've done that, what you're going to do next is identify your hot steps. Okay. So these are the steps in the process that I know my ideal customers are most interested in. Remember when we talked about how to find topics that you feel confident when you post those topics or post about those topics that you're going to get engagement? Well, this is how you do that. You go through your process and you figure out which are the hottest steps in your process that and that becomes your core topics. So for example, I know that people struggle with DM conversations and DM outreach, and they struggle with booking appointments. So that's one of my hot steps in my process, in my program, that I talk a lot about in my content. Okay. So a lot of you have been on some of my trainings around that. I also know that content is a big pain point. That's why you guys are here, because you're struggling to be consistent with content. You don't know what types of content to post, and you don't know how to create it faster or make it efficient. So that's another content topic of mine because I know people are interested in it and it's a part of my program. So what are your hot steps in your process that you can create that you can identify as your content topics? So once you figure that out, you have the topics you're going to be creating content around to generate a predictable flow of sales calls and clients each week. And everything you post about is now aligned perfectly with your offer. So is this making sense? Drop me a thumbs up if this is making sense. Let me know that if you understand what we're talking about here. You're mapping out your program and then you're picking out your hot steps. Can I go on? Give me a thumbs up. All right, cool. All right, so now that you know how to choose the topics, let me show you my content plan. So this is a three Facebook posts that I use to book 19 calls and generate 6 new clients in a single week using this exact strategy. Okay. So step number 2 in our process is choosing the right types of content that you should be posting to get clients. So on Facebook, I found a formula after a lot of trial and error that works extremely well for me. And it's a simple 3-post content system that accomplishes several things at once. First of all, it builds my authority. Secondly, it helps me grow my Facebook group. And then thirdly, it also creates a ton of engagement and a ton of warm inbound leads. And then that engagement with those warm inbound leads can then be transitioned to warm DM conversations which are much easier to turn into booked calls and ultimately clients than having just cold DM conversations. So does that make sense? Drop me another thumbs up if that makes sense. And then to make this super timely, I'm going to actually show you some examples from this actual, what you're on right now, how I did this for this actual training right now. So the first post is an event, and you can see right here, we've got 97 people that marked themselves going. So that's the cool thing about an event is that when you post an event inside of your group, you can even do this on your profile. You can invite 500 people at a time, and you can do that multiple times a day. You might need to take it a little bit slower if you're just getting started with that, but that's a great way to get some free promotion, some easy promotion around the training that you're going to perform. Okay. Now, the next the next type of post that we are going to look at is the two-step post. Now, if you are not familiar with the two-step post strategy, this is basically where we create a post and with an attractive hook that actually promotes something that we're doing, like whether it's a lead magnet, a training, or even to work with us directly. You can promote that, get people to comment below if they're interested in it. And so let me show you the two that I did this week. I did one on my profile and one in my group. So technically, I guess it is 4 posts, but they're the same type of post. So I just say it's a 3-post system. Okay, so this is the one in my Facebook group. You can see we got 118 comments. Granted, some of those are me replying to people. And then the one on my profile actually got 365 comments. Again, this is knowing my audience. This is knowing what's hot, what's trending, and what's going to get engagement. Okay, so that is the two-step post. And then the final post in this strategy is our live stream trainings, which you're on right now. So this also creates engagement. This gets people to watch me live, which creates engagement inside of my group. It builds my authority. And then I can follow up with people after to try to book phone calls. Okay. Or get them to take whatever action I want them to take. So the final post is the live stream. And again, we're on this currently, so I can't show you this week's live training. But if you've done this right, we've got as many people as possible on this live training where we can drive more engagement, just like I mentioned, give ton of value and goodwill that actually warms up our audience, builds that trust and know, like, and trust, and then inches them closer to becoming a client. Because I know if you've been engaging with all this content, you have a problem that I can help you solve. Okay. So that's the important thing about creating content around your offer. You have a problem that I can solve, and you're telling me that by engaging with my content and showing up to these live streams. So as we gather all these engagers up, we can start DM conversations, and a certain percentage of those people are going to book a call. And for the rest of the people, we're just building those touch points. We're building engagement. We're nurturing them. We're providing value, and we're getting them closer to become potential clients. Okay. So here's just a few examples of the type of results you can get when you create the right types of content. So here's a post I did promoting a training around how to monetize my Facebook group. You can see we got around 96 comments, not too bad. And then I was able to get 4 people in my mastermind, and several other people came in as SaaS clients as a result of that promo. This next one, I was able to get 30 clients to buy my $97 workshop. And 6 of those people upgraded to my mastermind from that workshop. Okay. So the next post, I was promoting that same workshop. That's a live stream, promoting that. And then this one was a live stream that actually recorded. It was a recorded video that I pushed and broadcast to my group while I was actually on a cruise in the Mediterranean. And I sold over 30 my Facebook Messenger scripts and got several affiliate sales on that. And then this next one, and just so I can show you that it just doesn't work for me, here's a post from one of my clients that took the exact template and got 119 comments. And I think he said he got 4 sales from it as well. So here's another client that took that same strategy and put her own spin on it and got 22 appointments and from one post, and ended up making a $15,000 sale. So this stuff works, and it's not only to get appointments, but also to get sales. Okay. And then finally, I want to show you when I really started to first put the pieces together. So this is my first real victory when it comes to like two-step posts. So you can see the date here was November 16th, 2021. And I've done a couple of two-step posts, but they really kind of fell flat. And this was my first, decent one, 158 comments here. And you can see it was a couple of months before things really started to take off for me, when I really started to put all the pieces together and started hitting those 30K consistent months. So, all right. So now that we have the topics, now that you know what types of posts to create, now step 3 is to make the content creation process a lot faster and easier. Okay. So the first iteration of making the content faster and easier was to create these plug and play templates for the different types of content that we create. And so I can knock out, I built these templates so I can knock out the content creation really fast, okay? Then ChatGPT opened to the public. And when I first started playing with it, I thought, ChatGPT sucks. You know, I asked it to do something and then it would just bring me back pure shit. Honestly, I hated it when I first started using it. So I was like, this is pointless. It's just another shiny ball. So I'm not going to pay too much attention to it. Am I the only one that felt like that when ChatGPT first came out? Let me know if I'm not the only one. I'm feeling kind of lonely about this. So let me know if when you first started using ChatGPT, you kind of thought it sucked. Don't lie. Come on, give me some. Nope. All right. I could not stand it. But thanks to one of my clients, Jared Williams, he is a genius at prompting. Now I've been playing with AI a lot more and I've gotten better at actually creating prompts. So I got a lot better outputs. Now, I've taken my plug and play templates and I've actually turned them into prompts to make my content creation for my strategy a lot faster for myself and for my clients. Now, I know all of you have been waiting this whole time for the prompts, but I wanted to show you that the prompts are actually useless without a content strategy that works, a proven content strategy behind it. Now, I can create tons of fluff content all day long with ChatGPT, and it'll suck and it'll not give me any clients, and it probably won't grow my business, okay? So now the moment that you all have been waiting for, we're actually going to open up the prompts and I'm going to show you how you can use ChatGPT to execute my strategy faster and easier. So also I wanted to let you in on a little secret. Can anybody guess my secret? And drop some guesses below if you think you know what my secret is. I'm gonna take another little sip of water here. And I'll give you a hint. It has something to do with the content that I created this week and how I created it and promoted it. Anybody got a guess? No guesses? All right. Well, if you couldn't figure it out, I created 90% of this training and the promotion using the prompts that I'm about to walk you through. So, and engagement wise, like I said, it's one of the best that I've done so far. So that just reinforces to me that the system works and AI is going to make performing or executing this strategy a lot faster and easier. So here's the math. I know one more thing before we actually open up the prompts. Let's talk about how we're actually going to create a year's worth of content. Now, when you're first getting started with this strategy, I totally recommend scheduling out your content so that you can actually be consistent. So let's say you identified 6 topics. Okay. So one is just an overview of your entire program. That's going to be one training. And then 5 other ones are going to be the 5 hot steps in your product roadmap. Okay. You with me? So we're going to have 6 topics. And then you're going to create 6 live trainings. And if you do that every other week, that's an entire quarter worth of content. So 6 trainings is going to fill an entire quarter of content if you do it every other week. Okay. Then you're going to take those same trainings and you're going to run them again once you're done with the first time you run them. And then this time you're going to use a different hook to promote it. Okay. Now, I'm guessing a lot of you, and you can just tweak some of the minor sections of the training. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, won't that get redundant for my audience? And the answer is no, because your prospects really need to see what you do and how you help them repeatedly before it really starts to sink in. Because what gets repeated gets remembered. And I teach the same stuff all the time. I don't know if y'all have noticed that, but I teach a lot of the basic same things with slight changes every single time, but the basic foundation of what I teach is the same. So now let's go to the prompts. Well, before we get to the prompts, I want to actually show you the template. So like I talked about earlier, I first had to create these plug and play templates to make creating the content a lot easier. So the first iteration was creating the templates. And here's my live training template. Presentation template probably looks pretty familiar. You know, for these trainings, I use the PAS copy framework. So which that stands for problem, agitation, solution. So I'm naming the problem, I'm agitating or poking the problem, and then I'm providing a solution at the end. So what I did is I created a series of prompts to build each slide of the deck. Okay. So basically, what you can do is you can go through these different prompts and fill in the just edit the yellow section. And I gave you some of the prompts or some of the context that I use to build this training today, so that it'll give you a guide to kind of go through and fill in for yourself. So there's 15 slides, and so there's 15 prompts. And I'm going to give you a little bit of education on prompt creating. I think that'll help you too. So the first thing that you need to do is give it kind of prime the prompt. So you need to tell it to act like an expert in whatever you want it to act like, or you can actually even name an expert. So I could have said something like act like Russell Brunson, who is a expert at creating, high converting live streams or whatever. And then tell it basically what I want it to do, what I'm trying to do, and then I'm going to give them, and then I tell it what I'm about to do. So I'm going to give it the different sections of my live stream below. Each section, I will give you an explanation of what it is, the structure, an example, and context to help you create that section. Do you understand your task? Please ask clarifying questions if not. This is kind of how you need to work with ChatGPT. You need to give it some instructions, make sure it understands its task. And then this has been super helpful for me to create good prompts. So I give it a little explanation of what this slide is going to be. And then I give it a structure. And the structure is going to be basically a template that I've used, to create these previously. And then I actually didn't do it for this one, but I can give it an example, and that's kind of training it how I talk or how I write this section of the actual slide. And then I give it some context around this particular training that we're going into. So I give it the structure, which is the template, an example, which shows how I've used it or how I've written it in the past. And then I give it context on this particular training that we're doing. And then I basically grab this prompt. Let's grab this prompt here. Actually, let me do this first one here and just show you how it works. I'm going to do a new chat. And is this going to be perfect? No, but it's a lot faster than starting from scratch, and it will get you about 90% there. Okay. So, all right. So just clarifying which sections you'll provide. How long do you anticipate? All right. I'm not going to fill that out. I probably should, but I don't want to waste the time to do it. So I'm just going to go straight into the slide here. I probably should have had an example here. So I'm going to grab this, and then I'm going to paste that in. We'll see what we get back. All right. Let's just read this first slide. Hey, everybody. Hope you had an amazing day. Ever felt like you're spending hours on content, but it's not bringing in the clients? Ever wish like a magic wand, just proof? See, I don't like that, but I can change that. Ever wished there was a magic wand that just poof created months of content without the usual grind? Well, guess what? Today's your lucky day. I'm about to unveil how I can use AI prompts to whip up a whole year's worth of client getting content in a snap. And trust me, it's going to be a game changer. Here's a sneak peek of what's in store. I mean, that's pretty good, right? That's pretty good for the intro of this actual slide. So basically, I just go through all of these slides and I copy in. So I would grab the output there. I just copy it here, and then I'd go into my slide, go into the intro, come in here, and then select all and just paste that in, go to the next slide and just build that out. And then I can come in and I can tweak it later. Okay. Now, that will build all the different slides. So that's the training. That's the live stream portion of the event, okay? Or of the 3-post content system. The other piece is the live stream promo content. Now, I'm going to go ahead and try this prompt without putting any of the other information in there, and we'll see what it comes back with, okay? And this is, I literally use this to create all my emails, all my 2-step posts, everything for this training. So let's see what we get back. All right, I'm going to paste that in. All right, let's see. Fingers crossed it's good. Okay. All right, so this is the event post. So tired of spending endless hours crafting content without any results? Wish there was a way to streamline your content creation process and actually attract clients? Join me in my content. I mean, that's pretty damn good. I'd use that right out of the box. Okay, here's the lead gen post. Ever wondered how I managed to churn out a year's worth of client attracting content in just 5 days? That could be better. This one's okay. Just whipped out a brand new guide. I'd probably change guide on my secret sauce to creating 12 months of client getting content. Who wants it? So that's okay. This is an email, first email announcement. This is a morning of reminder, and this is a 10-minute reminder, and then finally the replay. So that's all of my content I need to promote this actual event. That's pretty cool. And now all I would do is I would come in here and run this. I would create another chat. I'd save that one, save it for the name of the hot step that I'm working on, start another chat, do it for my next hot step, and go through all of my hot steps, creating my first kind of draft of all this stuff. And then I would come back and add the pieces that I need to actually, complete the training. Okay. So that's it. I mean, those are the prompts. So in summary, so to summarize what we talked about today, it's the importance of really the most important part to me, and I don't want you to overlook this, is that you need a clear, easy to execute content strategy that aligns with your offer. So we talked about how to choose the right topics that will help you to convert clients and avoid, creating all this fluff content that is only going to confuse your audience. We also discussed using the right types of content that are proven to get clients on different platforms. So you need to find those for your platform. This is specifically for Facebook, but you could probably tweak it for other platforms. And if Facebook is your platform, then I showed you my 3-post content system that's going to help you to get clients on Facebook. And then I finally shared you the AI prompts that I created to execute this content strategy even faster. So how can you take action from this actual training today? Well, here's your next step. So first of all, you're going to evaluate your current strategy and ask yourself, does the content you're creating align with your offer? Are you posting about topics that your audience cares about? And then is that actually going to help you to get clients? So that's the first thing. Evaluate your current strategy. Then find the people. You're going to find the people on your main channel that you're using, and the ones that are crushing it, they're doing good, they're getting clients from it. Figure out what types of content they're posting, and then you can try that for yourself. And then if it starts to work, you can start to create templates around it. Once you have the templates, then you can create prompts, and I would use that structure where it's like structure, template, example, or a couple of examples that you've done in the past that have worked, and then give it some context. And that will give you a pretty good prompt, but also tell it, give it a priming prompt that tells it how to act. Okay. And that's basically it. And then the final thing is join our 5-day infinite content workshop. So coming up on September 11th through September 15th at 2 p.m. Eastern, imagine literally creating an entire 12 months of client getting content together with me over 5 days. I'm holding you accountable and help making you do the work. So by the end of it, you're going to have 12 months of client getting content. How good would that feel to not ever have to worry about content again? I showed you kind of the process. Okay. I'm going to work side by side with you to help you choose, first of all, the best topics. I'm going to give you the exact types of content that you need to be posting and tell you which days to post those pieces of content on. Then I'm going to actually give you all the plug and play templates and the AI prompts, and we're going to use those on the call together to create 12 months of client getting content together. So my goal for you at the end of that workshop or that challenge is to have all of your content done for the entire year and ready to be posted and ready to start bringing you in clients. So if you want to join that workshop, all you need to do is go to this page, bit.ly/content-challenge-early. So right now we're doing early bird pricing for the rest of the week, I think. And then, so you can get $100 off right now. All you need to do is go to bit.ly/content-challenge-early. And you can go to this page. Let me go to this page here. You can click on join the challenge. You can definitely read through everything that we're going to be going over through every day of the workshop. And then you can come here If you buy in the next 10 days, it looks like you can get $97 off. And yeah, we can help you build that entire 12 months of client getting content. Okay. Now, last but not least, I know you guys stuck around. Everybody who stuck around, here is how you can get those prompts. So if you want the prompts, go to bit.ly/AI-content-prompts. That's going to take you to this page here. You're just going to scroll down. You're going to click this button, give me your name and email, and then we're going to send you the prompts. And then when I get the replay ready, I'll also have the replay that you'll get. So you get the replay, you'll get the prompts. Thank you, Simon. Awesome. Thank you, sir. That's awesome. So yeah, so go ahead and get those prompts and the replay. And then basically that's it for today, guys. Does anybody have any questions? I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. Anybody got any questions? I'll stick around a little bit if you guys have any questions. Yeah, Simon just posted it, but let me grab that for you also. Let me do this. All right, let me grab that for you. So here's the prompts. And I think actually, I can't see your name, but what's up? So there's the AI prompts. And I'm not sure if, let me do this on Facebook because I really don't know if it actually publishes it. If I send it through StreamYard here, 1 second. All right. Okay. Let me drop this in here. So here's the prompts. And then here is the challenge. Yeah. We've done this thing 3 times now, and people have literally had all of their content created in 5 days. And that was before we had the prompts. So it's going to be awesome. I hope some of y'all can make it. Infinite content workshop link. Okay. This is early bird. So get in now before the price goes up. And if you know you want to join, just go ahead and join. No reason to wait. All right. Let's see. There will be a replay. Actually, if you get the prompts, the replay will be on the thank you page. Actually, no, it'll come to your email. There'll be a link in the email. Give it a couple of hours, and you can just go back to that page once you get in your email, and the replay should be up. Otherwise, you can probably just come into the Facebook group. I'll leave it up for a few days. Okay, so do I add FB content to my biz page or my personal profile? Well, I would do both. So I have a Facebook group. So I'm trying to get people in my Facebook group just because a Facebook group has a lot of built-in functionality that allows you to, get appointments. They're just different features, and also get more eyeballs on your content. It's like the add everyone tag. So I use my profile to funnel people into my Facebook group. Now I do post on my Facebook page also, but you don't get a ton of organic reach through your page, but I just do it because I have a automation set up when I post on my page that I'll also post on LinkedIn and YouTube. So I do post some videos and stuff there, but I'm typically using my profile to drive people into my group. And then my group is where we do these live streams and we host the trainings and everything, because it's more exclusive. It creates a more exclusive feel. But you can definitely post on your biz page, but you're going to get more reach on your personal profile. Okay. Do your prompts suffer from context drift? I noticed you include context section in your slide 1 prompt. If I think what you're asking is, does it kind of go crazy every once in a while? Yeah, because there's a lot of prompts in there. So it's the thing, and somebody mentioned, I was watching a training on how ChatGPT kind of works. So ChatGPT is like, I didn't say this, so don't anybody get pissed off, but ChatGPT is like Albert Einstein that has having dementia. Albert Einstein with dementia, because it's very smart, and super fast, but it doesn't have a long-term memory. So think of the movie Memento. If you've ever seen that, the guy forgets every day what he did the previous day. So if you've got like a bunch of long prompts, and you fed it a bunch of information, it can forget that. Okay. And then it starts to go off the rails and make stuff up. Okay. So you every now and then you have to post your information back in so that it can refamiliarize itself with it, because for whatever reason, ChatGPT does not keep your information long-term for privacy reasons. So after a certain number of characters, then I think it just forgets. So, and I'm not saying I'm any ChatGPT expert, but these are just things I'm learning. So, have I done content for Instagram or Reels? Yeah, I have. I'm going to get back into Reels because it's a great, I did watch Alex Hermosi's thing last week, and dude's awesome. So I can't argue with anything he says. But if I have a limited amount of time and I have to have certain priorities right now, Reels is not my priority. This stuff works for me great, but I definitely think there's a huge place for Reels in your marketing plan. It's more of an attention grabber and an audience builder than it is something that's actually a conversion mechanism. And that's why I don't spend my energy as much on Reels, but I definitely think it's valuable for sure. Because you get a lot more eyeballs on Reels on Facebook than you do, any other piece of content. So they're definitely pushing it. So I definitely think there's a piece for it, but it's going to come after I can get, stable in the rest of my content creation and consistent with everything. Let's see what else. Do you use ChatGPT to help you uncover hot topics? I do that. Now I know my hot topics because, I know my offer really well. But in our Offers That Sell workshop, we actually show you the ChatGPT prompts to help you create an irresistible offer. So that's kind of the first step that you need to do before you get into the content piece, is really dialing in your offer and creating your irresistible offer. So mapping out your product's roadmap, picking out your hot topics or your hot steps, and then that becomes your topics for the Infinite Content Workshop. So whoever posted that, if you're interested in, using and checking out the Offers That Sell workshop that has our ChatGPT prompts for building an irresistible offer, let me know and we'll reach out to you and send you that link. Can you please post the URL to your prompts? We did that. All content can be posted anywhere. If you need to shorten it for a platform, you can ask ChatGPT whatever you need. Are you only posting on Facebook? For the most part. Now Facebook's my main focus, but what I do with a lot of these trainings is, you notice that I kind of broke it up into 3 sections. So now each of those 3 sections I can take and I can create a recorded video that I can now post on my profile. I can post it on my page. And then I have an automation called repurpose.io that pushes it automatically out to LinkedIn, pushes it automatically out to YouTube. I have to edit it or optimize it for YouTube because it's a search engine. But that's all done automatically. And I don't put a lot of effort into the other stuff, but YouTube's another great channel. So, because it's an evergreen source of traffic. So I get random $1,500 sales for my snapshot all the time from a video I did like 17 weeks or months ago. So YouTube's going to be my next focus. And then the Reels and YouTube is probably the next focus. It's called repurpose.io. You can set up these automations. So when you actually publish or post something on your Facebook page, it will push it out to the other platforms. The other thing that I do is the live stream that you're on right now, I push to YouTube and I push to LinkedIn. It creates an event on LinkedIn, which you can also invite 1,000 people to that event. So this is not my only channel. It's the one that I focus on the most. Okay. Any last question? Any other questions before I go? No questions? All right, y'all. Hopefully this was helpful. Hope you guys liked it. Yeah, go grab those prompts. Hope you can find the links. They should be in the comment section. I know that Simon posted them. I also posted them. So you should be able to find those in the comment section, and would love to see you guys in the Infinite Content workshop. Don't just go get these prompts and then don't do anything. Come into the workshop if you don't think you're going to do anything. And I promise you, I guarantee you, if you do the work, we will have an entire year's worth of content done at the end of that 5 days. So don't just go and watch this and then don't do anything with it. Come to the Infinite Workshop, jump in with me and whoever else joins the workshop, and let's get your content done. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, that is it for the day. I really appreciate y'all spending a whole almost hour with me. It means a lot to me. So we'll see y'all next time. And hopefully we'll see some of y'all in the Infinite Content Workshop. See you guys. Bye.